record $9.2 billion in utility rate increases was requested in 1 quarter. That is the headline behind a new PowerLines analysis of utility filings around the country.
And the most important word in that sentence is requested. A rate request is not an approved rate increase. State regulators can approve, reduce, modify, delay, or deny a filing. But the trend still matters because every successful rate increase makes electricity more expensive for the households and small businesses that depend on it.
So where does plug-in solar fit? Not as a magic way to erase a bill, not as a substitute for grid power, but as a potential way to reduce some daytime electricity purchases, where state rules, the site, and the equipment make that possible.
Today, we are separating the big number from the hype, looking at why retail electric prices are rising, and explaining what plug-in solar can and cannot do as a household hedge.
Welcome to PluginSolarUS Latest News. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Mike.
Let's start with the $9.2 billion figure. What exactly does it mean?
According to PowerLines, a consumer advocacy organization that tracks utility rate proceedings, U.S. electric and gas utilities sought about $9.2 billion in rate increases in the second quarter of 2026. The organization says that would be a quarterly record, and that first-half requests totaled about $18.6 billion.
But that is a count of requests.
Correct. The final effect on a customer's bill is decided case by case by state regulators and depends on the rate design, the outcome of each proceeding, and the customer's particular utility. So this is a signal of affordability pressure, not a single national increase that has already landed in every mailbox. Utilities cite a mix of costs: maintaining and upgrading the grid, storm and wildfire resilience in affected regions, fuel and power supply costs, and new infrastructure needed as electricity demand grows. Data centers and other large loads can add to that pressure, but every case is different. The crucial consumer point is that infrastructure spending and rate design ultimately show up in customer bills.
Is there evidence that retail electricity prices have been rising faster than the broader cost of living?
Yes. Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory's 2026 update found that retail electricity prices increased from 2024 to 2025 in many states after accounting for inflation. The laboratory's report emphasizes that prices, drivers, and trends vary sharply by state and customer class.
Which means a national average can be a starting point, but not the answer to what someone will pay.
Exactly. Your utility, rate class, usage profile, time of use rate, fixed charges, and location matter. And rate changes are not the only reason a bill rises. A hotter month, increased air conditioning use, a change in consumption, or a different billing period can matter too.
What about the claim that a large share of households are already behind on utility bills?
The article cites the National Energy Assistance Directors Association's June 2026 summer cooling update. It uses the estimate that 1 in 6 households are behind on utility bills. That is an affordability warning, not an individual prediction, but it helps explain why even modest bill reductions matter to many families.
Now, the practical question: how does plug-in solar help when rates rise?
Every kilowatt hour a customer generates and uses on site can reduce the kilowatt hours they would otherwise buy from the utility. If the retail energy rate increases, the avoided cost value of that self-consumed electricity can increase too.
That is the hedge.
Right, but it is not a fixed, guaranteed return. The value depends on the system's output, the customer's ability to use the electricity as it is produced, the local rate structure, and whether the system is legal and correctly installed in that location. The article offers an 800-watt New York planning illustration, roughly 900 to 1,100 kilowatt hours per year, and roughly $265 to $324 of annual savings at the rate assumption used in the article. Treat that as an illustration, not a universal promise.
So it would be wrong to say plug-in solar eliminates the bill.
Completely wrong. A small system generally offsets only part of a home's annual use. It does not eliminate fixed charges. It may not produce when the household needs energy most.
And it is not the same as backup power, unless the system is specifically designed with storage and the right safety features.
The article calls plug-in solar a no permission needed hedge. Is that true everywhere?
No, that phrase needs a state law caveat. In jurisdictions that have a legal pathway for specified plug-in equipment, a consumer may be able to use the system without traditional rooftop solar permitting or an interconnection application. But rules differ by state, utility territory, property type, and system configuration.
And renters, HOA residents, and commercial tenants have separate questions.
Exactly. Lease provisions, landlord approval, HOA rules, building rules, electrical standards, and safety certification all still matter. A small system is not permission-free merely because it is portable.
So the first step is always to check the legal path before shopping.
Yes. Use the PluginSolarUS State Tracker, review the site-specific facts, and follow all applicable rules. If a jurisdiction does not authorize the system you are considering, do not treat an article's general discussion as permission.
If somebody is motivated by rising bills, what is the most responsible way to evaluate a system?
Start with the electricity bill, not a product listing. Look at your rate, monthly usage, and daytime consumption. Then use the PluginSolarUS Savings Calculator for a location-specific estimate. Next, look at the physical site. Is there unshaded sun? Does the property have an appropriate location? Are the panels oriented well? And do you expect to use power during the hours the system produces it?
What about payback claims?
Use a range, and remember that hardware cost, production, electricity rates, and local rules all vary. A faster payback in a high-rate location is possible, but nobody should assume that a system delivers a fixed number of years of pure return. Panel and component lifetimes depend on what you buy. Traditional rigid panels may carry 20 to 25-year warranties. Flexible or foldable panels commonly have shorter 5 to 10-year warranties. Microinverters and batteries also have their own warranty periods.
Mike, give us the bottom line in 3 takeaways.
First, the $9.2 billion figure is about requested rate increases. It is a major affordability signal, but individual filings still go through state regulatory processes.
Second,
Rising retail rates can make self-consumed solar electricity more valuable, but plug-in solar offsets only part of a bill, and its savings are site and rate specific.
and third,
Treat permission, safety, and durability as seriously as the economics. Check your state's rules, your property constraints, the product certifications, and the warranty terms before you buy.
rate pressure is real, but a good response starts with accurate information, not a promise that one small system solves every energy problem.
Use the savings calculator. Check your state status and choose equipment that matches your site, needs, and legal pathway.
Read the full article and explore the tools at PluginSolarUS.com. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Mike. Thanks for listening.